How many businesses you got today?
About 10.
10. And how many do you think that you can get to?
We're going to get to 100.
You think you're going to have 100 businesses?
We're going to get to 100 in every different category. This message is going to go mainstream. And people still go to the dentist every single day thinking that they're going to brush and floss, and they have recurrent decay. And they can't figure out, why do I have recurrent decay? And guess what? They have much more deep health issues. This is a sign of what's really going on in the rest of the body. This is not okay. We're going to have to change this paradigm. We have to change the paradigm. You know, it's not how you brush and floss your teeth. This is how we're going to have to educate, and it's all 9 ancestral tenets. And we're predominantly going to meet people here in this category, and that's going to go in every respective category. So I just want to be really clear. The vision has never changed. We have to acknowledge that people are hurting at record rates. There's a better, simple solution to go forward. And so businesses are kicking ass, you know, because I make a lot of money.
How much you make?
Well, I have 3 companies that do 100 million plus a year.
All 3 do 100 or
no, combined? And this is what I want to say about that. Okay, what do I do with it? You know what I do with it? I make other ancestral companies. I reinvest that money to make other ancestral companies, other CEOs of the ancestral lifestyle, to advance this message, to have 100 ancestral companies in 100 different categories. That's how deeply I believe in this.
So $100 million in revenue. Hold on a second. This is a big ass business. $100 million in revenue. How many employees do you think you have across all the businesses?
50.
50. I mean, that's fucking $2 million in revenue per employee. That's a big, that's a fantastic business, right?
Yeah.
Is this something that other people can replicate, or do you think that you have like unique skills and knowledge to be able to do
you know what,
like
I'm in this mastermind group where very few people have that kind of revenue to employee ratio, and they're like, oh, you know, and then I hear how they talk about their employees, and I'm like, that's why, you know, because I think the highest leverage opportunity is to hire true believers. I got into this because of how deeply I believe in this, because of my kids, because of how badly people are hurting. I only hire people in my companies that have been through a health crisis, that have recovered their health crisis through ancestral living. And through this whole issue, I'm the one who has compromised. I've compromised the perimeter. I know that. And that's why, like, I better do a goddamn good job moving forward. I always say our sustainable competitive advantage is we only hire true believers. We care more deeply and we care more.
Are you a billionaire?
No.
Bullshit. I'm doing the fucking math in my head. I think that you're a billionaire.
I'm not.
All right, well, let's talk about it, because you do $100 million in revenue. Listen, you can go eat donuts with Schultz, but I fucking do math. Do $100 million in revenue, right? You got 50 employees. You're probably doing $50+ million in profit, 20 times multiple on that. Like, you probably are close to a billionaire. And I'm not saying that in like a derogatory way, and people may get mad about it, but like in some way, like, if you are a billionaire, you've had a fucking run from an entrepreneurial standpoint. That's probably one of the better runs in recent memory for people. And nobody thinks of you that way. Like, in some way, Liver King is one of the best fucking founders in the world, hiding under everyone's nose. And people will say, oh, he took steroids, he's not it doesn't count, or whatever, right? Okay, lay all the critiques. But like, you're a fucking billionaire.
First of all, I'm not.
Okay, we'll disagree, but go ahead.
I'll also say I'm not really far. And I hope I've never wanted to identify with that. You know, everything that I've done in business, I did before the Liver King launched. The Liver King is brand new. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, Liver King did all this stuff. He made all of his money, you know, from this sort of deception.
I'm saying throw that out. I'm talking about you as an entrepreneur. Forget Liver King, forget the fucking character, all that. I'm talking about if you build businesses that do $100 million in revenue with the employee base, literally you could get off the internet tomorrow. That is one of the most impressive fucking entrepreneurial stories.
Thank you. You know,
in the last decade.
I deserve it. I know I earned it, you know, and I know that I earned it because, again, the why in the world, what we're doing. And this is why I welcome everyone to continue to do it. I don't need more money. This is why more money is going into doing 100 of these businesses, because that's the only thing I care about, is advancing this message, making sure people acknowledge at how desperately people are hurting, and that there's a simple solution to a better life. But the only pushback I want to give is just to remember, you said Liver King aside, right? But Liver King's only been here for a year and a couple of months, right? And so if we had the same discussion about how much money we were making a year and a couple of months ago, it's not that different. It's not that different. Liver King was strong. My companies were strong before Liver King. My companies will continue to be strong after Liver King.